Hello, returns. How are you? Mr. Nula is here again. This is for grade 10, grade 11, and grade 12. You can also watch because they set questions on that also. So it will be a revision for you. Okay, we are continuing from our first series. That was series 1. This one is series 2 on Euclidean geometry. And we are still looking at parallel lines and transversal lines.
Who really loves you?
So I gave you a question which we are going to look at correction. The question says determine x and y. Determine x and y. For this diagram, they want us to determine x and also y. How do you do this? You can easily determine x because this x is on a straight line. This x is on what? In a straight line. So x plus 50 should be equal to 180. That is angle on a straight line. Okay, so x is going to be 130. How did you get that? I'm going to show you. So we know
Your Lord thy God is gone. It's close to you. It's up to you.
That's x.
Next to you. It's up to you to imagine. Speak to yourself.
We can also use corresponding angle also to do without calculating. There are two ways of answering this. We can say x plus 180, x plus 50 is equals to 180. That is angle on a straight line. So 180 minus 50.
Don't be thinking about who cares. Don't be thinking about who cares.
What does it give you? 130. Or we can also say, if you check this one, these lines and this line, according to the question, they are parallel lines because of this arrow. They are parallel lines, and this is a transversal line. So this angle is equals to this angle, corresponding angles. So x is equals to 130. That's corresponding angle. AB is parallel to CD. AB is parallel to CD. This is the symbol for parallel. Okay. Then we can also solve for y. How do you solve for y? If you check this, y is equals to 130. Vertical opposite angles, they are equal. So you can write this short form for vertical opposite angles, they are equal. Okay. Then
there is only one God.
I gave you two questions. Let's look at the next question.
There is only one Father who really loves you. Forget about what people.
The next question says find A and B. Find A and B.
Are not bound to you because you are a new creature. Forget about what people say.
For this diagram.
Are not bound to you because you are a new creature.
So we are going to find A and also find B. How are you going to do that? We know A plus 140 should be equal to 180. That is angle on a straight line. Angle on a straight line. That is what we have here. A plus 140 is equals to 180. Angles on a straight line.
Never think, never worry, never think that everybody.
Then 180, if you transpose this one, this is plus 140 degrees. Transpose, we are going to have minus 140 degrees.
Speak to yourself, things about love, victory.
So 180 degrees minus 140 degrees is going to give us 40 degrees. So A is equal to 40 degrees.
And you will be happy. Say I have passed my exam.
Then we can easily find B without calculating, because this line is parallel to this line. So why? Because of this arrow, this one and this one, it means these two lines are parallel. If they are parallel and this is our transversal line, it means A is equal to B, alternate angle. So since A is equals to 40, B is also equals to 40 degrees. So that is alternate angle. I is parallel to M.
Don't be thinking about two cares. Don't be thinking about your caretaker. Don't be thinking about two cares. Don't be thinking about two cares for you. So don't be thinking about two cares.
Okay, we are going to look at another example. We are going to look at, so this is the correction. We are done with the correction. Let's look at the examples. Okay, we have this diagram. We are still dealing with the parallel lines, parallel and transversal lines. The question says calculate the unknowns. Calculate the unknown. It means calculate the values that you don't know. These are the unknowns. So let me bring this one down a bit.
There is only one Father.
We need to create space for the diagram. Okay. Now, let's look at the first question, how to calculate the first unknown.
He loves you. Forget about what people say. The principles of this.
Okay, we want to calculate B1. This is B1. You see that B1 lies on this straight line. So B1, this is B1 plus 70 degrees should be equal to 180. This is angle on a straight line. Angle on a straight line. And we are going to simplify. So 180, this is plus 70, this is going to be minus 70 degrees. And this is going to give us 110 degrees. 110 degrees. Then we can calculate C1. C1, you see that this line CF is parallel to line DG. Because of these two arrows, this is having two arrows, this is also having two arrows, so they are parallel. So it means 80 degrees is equal to C1. So C1 is equals to 80 degrees, and it's what? Corresponding angle. DG is parallel to CF. DG is parallel to CF.
You need to do your part too.
when you check this one, D1 is on the straight line. So D1 plus 80 should be equal to 180. So D1 plus 80 should be equal to 180. Angles on a straight line. This is on a straight line, so angles on a straight line. And if I transpose this plus 80, it's going to give us minus 80 degrees. So 180 degrees minus 80 degrees. Good. So D1 plus 180 should be equal to 180. D1 plus 80 degrees should be equal to 180. That is angles on a straight line. That's the short form. Angles on a straight line. We must learn how to write this simple or the short form for the reasons. Straight line, STR. Angles, that's the symbol. We are going to take this to grade 11, grade 12. So start learning it now. There is only one Father. Then if I transpose this plus 80, it's going to be minus 80. So we are going to have 180 degrees minus 80 degrees. Loves you. Forget about what people say. The principles. Then 180 minus 80 degrees is going to give us 100 degrees. 180 degrees minus 80 degrees will give us what? 100 degrees. So D1 is equals to 100 degrees. Then let's look at C3. If you check C3, C3 is equals to D1 because this is a transversal line and HE or EH is parallel to AD. So D1 is equals to J3. But we know D1 to be 100. No. Never think that everybody is gone. Never think, never worry. We know C3 to be, let's look at C3. Where is C3? C3 is this one. Alright. C3 is corresponding to B, this one, which is 70. Alright. So C3 is equals to what? 70 degrees. That is corresponding. D1 is not corresponding to J3. D1 is co-interior angle. We'll talk about that later. But for now, let's look at C3. C3 is corresponding to 70 because CJ is parallel to BF. In other words, BF is parallel to CG. So they are corresponding angle. BF is parallel to CG. Okay. Then let's look at F1. This is F1. And this F1 alternates. Now if you check this is alternate angle. 70 is equals to F1. That is alternate angle. Why? EH is parallel to A or BD. Alright. Why? It is having these three arrows. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it means this line AD is parallel to EH. In other words, we can say BD parallel to EH, and that is alternate angle. So F1, which is this one, is equal to 70. A alternate F1 is equals to 70. That's alternate angle. BD is parallel to EH. You can also say AD is parallel to EH. They lie on the same line. Somebody can also say AD is parallel to FH. It's the same. Another can say BC is parallel to FG. Alright, all of them are correct. Then let's look at J3. Where is J3? This is J3. Now J3 also alternates with F80. Now if you check, we already said that BD is parallel to EH. These two lines are parallel because of these three arrows. Then we are saying that this DJ is a transversal line. So it means
victory, riches, and many more.
J3 is equals to 80 degrees. That's alternate angle. ED is parallel to EH.
You need to do your part too. Don't be thinking about who cares. Don't be thinking about who cares.
Okay, let's look at this one. C1 plus C2 plus C3 should be equal to 180. Angles on a straight line. But we know our C1, we calculated C1 to be equal to 80 degrees. C2 we don't know, and we also calculated C3 to be equal to 70. C3 is equal to this one, 70, because they are parallel. Corresponding angle for this one. So this should be equal to 180. So 80 for C1, C2, C3 is 70. It should be equal to 180. Then 80 plus 70 is equals to 150 degrees, plus C2 is equals to 180 degrees. Then you transpose 180, if you transpose 150, this is plus 150. The transpose is going to be minus 150 degrees.
There is only one Father who really,
and this is going to give us 30 degrees.
God who really cares for you.
Then F2. Check F2 is equals to C2. Alright, and we already know that C2 is equals to 30 degrees. So F2 is equals to C2. This is alternate angle. This line BF is parallel to CG. That is alternate angle. So here supposed to be F. This is BF is parallel to CG. So this must be CG. And this come the transversal line. So this angle is equal to, that is F2, should be equal to C2. And we've already calculated C2 to be 30 degrees. So it means F2 is equals to 30 degrees. F2 is equals to 30 degrees. Then F1 plus F2 plus F3 should be equal to 180. Angles on a straight line. Angles on a straight line. Angles on a straight line. And what is our F1? F1 is 70. We calculated F1 to be equal to the 70 because they alternate. F2, we have just calculated F2 to be equal to C2, which is 30. Now we are going to calculate F3.
Don't be thinking about who cares. Don't be thinking about who cares.
So 70 plus 30 is going to give us 100 degrees, plus F3 is equals to 180. Then transpose 100. This is 180. If you transpose 100 degrees, this is plus, it's going to be minus 100 degrees. And it's going to give us 80 degrees, because 180 degrees minus 100 degrees give you 80 degrees.
Don't be thinking about who cares.
Now C2 is equals to G2. Where is C2? C2 is equals to what? G2, because they alternate. This angle should be equal to this angle. C2 should be equal to G2, because CF is parallel to DG and is equals to 30 degrees. It means this angle F2 is 30 degrees, is equal to C2 30 degrees, G2, all of them are equal to 30 degrees. So that's alternate angles. CF is parallel to DG. CF is parallel to DG. Then G1 is equal to C3. G1 is equals to C3. That is also alternate angle. Alternate angle. G1 is equal to C3 because EH is parallel to AD. In other words, BD is parallel to EH. So alternate angle BD is parallel to EH. And we already know that C3 is equals to 70. So it means G1 is also equals to 70.
Close to you, it's up to you to believe it. Believe it. Next to you, it's up to you to imagine.
Then G1 plus G2 plus G3 should be equal to 180. That is angles on a straight line. Angles on a straight line. So G1 is 70 degrees plus G2 plus G3, which we've already calculated to be 80. G3 is equals to 80 because this one alternates. So this is 80 and it should be equal to 180. Okay. Now G2 is going to be 70 plus 80, which is going to give us,
don't be thinking about who cares. Don't be thinking about who cares.
70.
Don't be thinking about who cares. Don't be thinking about your caretaker.
So this is going to give us 150.
About who cares for you. So don't be thinking about who cares.
So this gives us 150. So we can find our G2. Our G2 is already calculated because G2 is definitely what we have here, which is 30. How did we get that?
There is only one God who really cares for you.
We have already calculated G2. If you check this, they are equal. So here F2, we calculated F2 to be 30. All right, let's go up and see.
The principles of this world are not bound to you because you are a new creature.
We calculated G2 to be 30, C2 to be F2 to be 30, G2 is also 30. So we don't have to calculate it again. Only thing we need to calculate is we are done with all of it because we calculated G1, we calculated G2 and also G3. Okay, so G1 we calculated to be 70, G2 is 30, and G3 is 80. G3 is 80, so we don't have to calculate that again. This one must be off.
Never think, never worry, never think that everybody is gone. Never think.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. Find the value of x.
Believe it next to you. It's up to you to imagine.
Let me remove this ones. They are already done. Okay, now the next question.
Happy, and you will be happy. Say I have passed my exam, and you will pass. Good things need to come from your mouth. He has finished his part. You need to do your part too. So don't be thinking about who cares.
Our next question is this one. The question says, find the value of x. They want you to find the value of x.
Don't be thinking about who cares for you.
Find the value of x from this diagram. How do we do that?
Don't be thinking about who cares for you. Thinking about who cares.
Okay, so the diagram is already there. We know y is equals to 60. That's corresponding angle. Let me show you the other diagram. Yeah. So I have given this side 1 and this side 2. So this is y1, y2. So y1 is equals to 60 because this, the diagram says this AB is parallel to DC. So if this one is the transversal line, it means y1, which is this angle, should be equals to this angle, which is 60. So y1 is equals to 60, corresponding angle AB is parallel to ED.
Who really loves you?
Then
Only one God who really cares for you.
let's move on to the next question, which says
the principles of this world.
The next one that we are going to look at is y2. y2 is also equal to x, this one, because already we know that AB is parallel to DC, so they are corresponding angles. So that's the short form, corresponding angles. AB is parallel to DC. y2 is equal to x. Then this angle on a straight line. You know, this question, you can use the interior angle of a triangle to answer this, but since we are dealing with parallel lines, that's why we are using parallel lines to answer it. Alright, good. So here we have y1, angle on a straight line, y1 plus x minus 20, that is this one, plus y2 should be equal to 180. So that's why we have this one here. y1, which is this one, plus x minus 20 degrees, this one, plus y2, which is this one, should be equal to 180. That is angles on a straight line. Angles on a straight line.
Say I am happy, and you will be happy.
Then y1, we know y1 to be 60 degrees. We've already calculated it. Same as this angle, plus x minus 20 degrees plus y2. We also said y2 is equals to x. This equals to 180 degrees. Then x plus x is going to give you 2x. 60 minus 20 degrees will give you 40 degrees. Then you transpose the 40 degrees is going to give you minus 40 degrees. So you have 2x is equals to 180 degrees minus 40 degrees. Then 180 degrees minus 40 degrees will give you 140 degrees. Then divide both sides by 2. So if you divide both sides by 2, we are going to get x is equals to 70 degrees. Okay, our next question. The question says find x, y, s, p, and r. They want us to find x, y, s, r, and p. Let's see how we are going to do that.
Who really loves you? Forget about what people say.
We know x is equals to 55 degrees because this CD line, CD is parallel to AB, or AB is parallel to CD because of these arrows. They are parallel. So this becomes our transversal line. So 55, x is 55 is equals to this. It alternates. Looks like Z. Like Z. So this angle x is equals to 55. Alternate angles. AB is parallel to CD. Then x plus s plus 90 should give you 180. So x plus s, this symbol is 90 degrees. Plus 90 should be equal to 180 degrees. Angles on a straight line. We are using angle on a straight line. But if you know that this side is 180, it means this, if this side is 90 degrees, then definitely this side will also be what? 90 degrees. You must know that. Alright. Okay, angle on a straight line.
Victory, riches, and many more.
But we know x to be 55 degrees plus this s, then this is 180. I've transposed this 90 is plus 90 is going to be minus 90 degrees.
You need to do your part too. Don't be thinking about who cares.
Then 90 degrees, this 55 is plus 55. If I transpose, it's going to be what? Minus, because 180 degrees minus 90 degrees will give you 90 degrees. Then this plus 55, if I transpose, is going to give us minus 55. So S is equals to 35 degrees.
Don't be thinking about who cares. Don't be thinking about your caretaker.
Then R is definitely going to be equals to
So don't be thinking about who cares.
R is not going to be 35. R must be equal to 135, not 35. Why? AB is parallel to CD because of this arrow. I've already said it. So this angle corresponds to this. So they are equal. So 135 is equals to R, or R is equals to 135. Corresponding angles. AB is parallel to CD.
There is only one Father who really loves you.
Then Y plus R is equals to 180. Y plus R is equals to 180. Angles on a straight line. Angles on a straight line.
Principles of this world are not bound to you because you are a new.
But we know R to be 135. We've already calculated it. So Y plus 135 degrees is equals to 180. Then plus 135, if you transpose, is going to be minus 135. And 180 minus 135. Remember, R is 135, not 35. So this side must be 135. And this side must also be 135. So 180 minus 135 degrees is going to give us 45. So Y is 45 degrees. So this Y is equal to 45. Then we can find P. P is equals to Y. Vertical opposite angles are equal. So P is also going to be equal to 45.
And you will be happy. Say I have passed my exam and you will pass.
We are done with P.
Come from your mouth. He has finished his part. You need to do your part too.
So this is going to be your homework.
Don't be thinking about who cares. Don't be thinking about who cares.
You find A, B, C, D, and E.
Don't be thinking about who cares. Thinking about your caretaker. Don't be thinking about who cares. Don't be thinking about who cares for you. Don't be thinking about who cares. Don't be thinking about.
Okay, so let me bring the diagram down here.
Don't be thinking about who.
So this is question number 1. We do that.
Don't be thinking about.
Question number 1. Then Question number 2.
Don't be thinking about who cares for you. So don't be thinking about who cares. Don't be thinking about your caretaker.
Determine whether the pair of lines are parallel. So let me show you the diagram also. So question number 2A, this is the diagram. We determine whether these two lines are parallel or not.
Don't be thinking about who cares. Don't be thinking about who cares for you.
Okay. Let me show you question B. So this is the diagram also. We determine whether these two lines are parallel or not. So we are going to say bye-bye. Don't forget to... Okay, there's another question I placed here.
Who really loves you? Forget about what people say.
Let's look at this question also. You determine whether these two lines are also parallel. So this one,
the principles of this world
determine whether they are parallel.
to you because you are a new creature.
Okay, so we are going to say bye-bye. Don't forget to subscribe and share as well. Bye.